What's good? What's good? What's good? Nice to see you guys there in the building. Nice to see you guys there. What's good? What's good? What's good there, guys? Let me see you guys there in the chats. Let me see you guys there in the chats. Let me see that you guys are here in the building, that everything is okay. All is cool. You guys are here for the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Monday morning. We're going to get into our morning analysis just to kind of prepare for the week ahead and as well as for the upcoming. So let's see you guys there in the chats. Let's see you guys there in the chats who I see so far. Let's see. I see Kopano there in the building saying morning family. I see Tando there saying can't wait. We here Tando, we here. We couldn't make you wait any longer. I see Gift is there in the building. I see I'm there in the building as well. See Tando saying we hope we all have a super profitable week. I second that. I second that. I second that. Hopefully we have a great week coming ahead. I see finally I made it for the live session. I've been waiting to be part of this. Michael Camela, welcome there, Michael. I see Javas there saying hi people. Well, what's good? Javas the disciple. Sounds like a deep house type of a thing there. See, we're in the building. I see Michael Camela saying sure. Tramayne, what's good, Michael there? I see someone saying Samu, the future billionaire. That's one prophetic name there. That's one prophetic name. I see what's good. Brother Patrick is giving us a young piece there. What's good? I see Tandas also saying what's going on there. Serit is saying morning family. Nico Gift is saying good morning. What's good there, Nico? The Wu clan, aware my brother. Aware. What's good, guys? We're gonna get started. We're gonna get into some analysis. So basically we're just preparing for the coming week. We'll just see what we've got going on there in terms of our pairs. Otherwise, let's get started, guys. Let's get started. What I'll do is, because I've only got like about 4 pairs, I'll come in between every pair and just have a look at what you guys are saying there in the chats, just so that we all always 100% with each other. We all 100% together at any point in time. Let's be together, guys. Let's move together. So otherwise, let's do this. Jeez, I thought I had gone into my trading view already. But otherwise, let's do the things to be done, guys. Let's do the things to be done. Right, guys, the weather's like hella bad. It's been raining this whole morning. So let me also join the live on my side just so that I can make sure that it's all good. It's always 100%. Otherwise, while we're waiting for our charts to load, let's just make sure that we're all good here. Cool. Let's get started with some DXY. I hope I deleted my analysis there. Nope, I did not. So let me just take 1 second or 2 seconds just to get rid of my own analysis there, so that we can do some proper analysis. Let's go through everything together. So this analysis that you guys see here is just basically here from the weekend when we did our weekly market preparation. So every week, guys, we get together on a Saturday, just so that we all good with the analysis and stuff like that. We get together on a Saturday so that we can kind of prepare for the following week. And what we do on a Saturday is we look at all of these pairs. So instead of us just going through just the pairs that are ready for us, we actually go through every single one of the pairs, just so that we can see. We basically want to see what's our decision making process like. We want to go through our pair, and we'll choose not to make a decision, because that's also important in me sharing this analysis with you guys. Not only how do I do analysis and then come to a conclusion to say that this is what I'm going to do and that's what I'm going to do. So over the weekend, that's when we get the opportunity to do that long-term analysis, where we kind of prepare for the following week and we do the things to be done. I see Mama's there. Mama's in the building. Mama! Yeah, I think he's there. I think Mamba was just asking where Jabu is. I'm just trying to go to the next pair here, guys, just so that I can delete whatever analysis we've got here, because it's not really important to us. We don't really want any of that stuff. We want to look at the market with some fresh eyes, just see what we've got going on there, and then we work from there. Let's go over to the next pair. Oh, that was the last pair that we're going to have a look at anyway. ends it. Apologies for that, guys. Mambo is looking for Java Wabantwana. Let's get into some DXY, guys. Let's get into some DXY. Thanks, guys, for being a little bit patient with me there. I see you guys in the building. I think I'll go through the chats there. I'll go through the chats enough. It's enough for us to have a look and make a decision. So if we just have a look at what's going on here, we've got some sort of an ascending structure. You guys can see we've got a nice 3-touch ascending structure. This is our first touch, this is our second touch there, and prices are somewhere in and around this third touch region right now. So coming back towards what we've got going on here, just the most recent price action, what we can see within this ascending structure is that price action is at this third touch region now, and we're being somewhat corrective around this third touch region over there. Hopefully I can see I've paused there. I'm just hoping that it's the network on my phone and not the network of the stream. But otherwise, I think I will just continue there, guys. Hopefully the weather doesn't mess us up. But anyway, let's continue. We'll fight. So otherwise, guys, going through things here, we did say that on a daily, we can see that we're at this third touch region now, and price action is showing us some corrective nature around this third touch region. So obviously, if we go down onto a smaller time frame, we'll identify some extreme highs and some extreme lows, and we'll conclude what has price action been doing around those levels of structure. So coming towards things here, you guys can see we've got a nice resistance over there, extreme highs, we come down, we create these extreme lows down here. We've created this extreme support, this extreme resistance, and we can see that price action has been creating levels of structure inside of this, giving us sideways moving market, or some nature that indicates market is moving sideways rather than any particular direction here on a 4-hour. So now that we've concluded that the market is pretty much moving sideways, we know that we will find those selling probabilities from the high of the range and obviously buying probabilities from the low of the range. And since we're at that third touch region from a high time frame, we're at that resistance trend line, what we will be then looking for is for some sell bias price action. So we'll be looking for a little bit of dollar weakness as price action approaches this nice beautiful third touch region. Obviously, if price action comes here correctively, then we can take a risk entry. If price action comes here impulsively, then we need to wait for that reversal structure to show us that the buyers that have pushed prices here impulsively have now exited the market. So basically, we're waiting for that nice downside momentum, and we're gonna wait for that downside momentum at this resistance area up there. So that's basically all we need for our forecast. We just need two pieces of information. Number one, we need to know which direction we're looking to go, and number two, we need to know where can we find probabilities to actually trade in that direction. So that's kind of our DXY analysis. Let's go on to our pairs, guys. Let's go on to our pairs. AUDCAD. I'm excited about these pairs. I'm gonna have as much patience as the market requires me to have, because when these pairs do set up, they're gonna be absolutely stunning. Like I was telling you guys on Saturday, that I consider this to be some form of art. I consider my analysis. Just look at some abstract nonsense that's going on in the chart, looking at red things and green things, and then to make sense of that, I feel like that's a form of art. So I can't wait for these setups to form. I think they look very beautiful for me. So otherwise, getting into the stuff here, I was just kind of waiting for my charts to load there. So now that my charts have loaded, we've got this nice descending structure over here, expanding descending structure. We do see that the descending structure has the momentum that has violated the structure to the upside. Yes, we have completed this descending structure, but from a higher time frame, we understand why this descending structure formed. So we basically spoke about that on Saturday, why this higher time frame expanding descending structure was forming. We were actually slowing down, retesting a previous monthly resistance area. So obviously you guys can see that price took a lot of time. Price took more than a year to form this overall corrective structure. But otherwise, we're glad that we're kind of leaving the corrective structure. Coming back to this most recent price action, what are we looking at? So obviously we can see that price action broke and closed above this resistance action, this resistance trend line over here. We broke and closed back below this resistance trend line. So obviously giving us some corrective price action. So we know that price action has been corrective in this region over here. But otherwise, just looking at the most recent momentum and this most recent structure that we see going on here, we do see some momentum to the downside, pushing prices lower, sell bias. Now we do see in most recent price action momentum pushing prices higher, even violating some resistance areas over there. So obviously, we do see that there are buyers willing to buy this market. Let me just look, did I bring any cold drink here? I did bring some Coke, but it's far. Don't think I can grab it now. Okay, let me wait. Let me wait. So otherwise, we've got some momentum obviously to the upside over here. After we've seen this momentum violating some resistance areas, we've seen price action giving us some sort of a corrective structure. Now within this corrective structure, we've got this area over here, beautiful point that is now currently holding this market as a 4-hour bullish trend, or at least we see the momentum coming into the market from this area here, signified by this nice beautiful bullish engulfing candlestick over there. And basically what we're going to do is, if there is an area where we want to buy, where we want to add size, let's add size where we see other buyers showing interest, which is at this bullish engulfing. So now that we've got this bullish engulfing structure over there as a nice beautiful point of interest, let's talk about this most recent corrective structure. Inside of this corrective structure, we've got a beautiful first touch there, second touch there, and also we've got a nice set, a nice big pair of equal lows in this area over here. Obviously now we know that market has an objective of why we could potentially be coming down to violate these lower structures. Now simple enough, all of our touch of this support trend line over there or into our point of interest. Now that we have these equal lows, it makes our job so much easier, because all we need to do is wait for this support structure over here to obviously be violated to the downside. We look for our reversal structures down low, and we look for our continuation structures. If we don't find any reversal structures at this third touch to allow us to take a nice risk entry, then obviously we wait for the momentum to push price action back above these equal highs, and we look for the bullish continuation. And that's how we're going to be managing this bullish bias. So we've got a point of interest. This is our first point of interest over there. Obviously our next point of interest, once we violate these support structures, if we do manage to break back above this, then becomes our second point of interest. So all we need to do to be able to make money off this pair is wait for the stars to align. What is the story? What is the narrative, the overall narrative that we've drawn, that we've concluded using our analysis? The overall narrative is that we could be moving to the upside. Where will we find those probabilities to trade that narrative? We will find those probabilities at the support structure over here. So we know exactly which area the stars are going to align in our direction. All we need to do is exercise the patience and wait for price action to come down into our area, provide entry criteria at a point of interest that we're looking to buy, then we pull the trigger. Guys, we pull the trigger, we pull the trigger, we pull the trigger. Think about yourself like a bodyguard. If a bodyguard is off by 1 split second, if he misses some threat or danger, or he's supposed to react and he doesn't react in that 1 split second, and he does not pull that trigger, if someone else pulls the trigger 1 second faster than he does, he might never ever get that opportunity to pull the trigger again. So think about it the same. Like, the market will only give you that opportunity just once. If you're not there, or you do not have the skill to capitalize on that opportunity that the market has just presented, then unfortunately you'll be left on the wayside. Guys, let me just get my cold drink. Just give me 1 second. I also just want to go through what's going on there in the chats. So just give me 1 second. Let me get my cold. As are doing there, what you guys are saying. Let's just make sure that everyone is on board with us, that we're not leaving anyone behind. We'll also just review our analysis, go through and just check if there are any questions there that maybe we can make this live stream obviously as beneficial as possible. So yeah, let's just give me 1 second. Let me just go and get my stuff. Let me pause the stream for 1 second, and then I'll be back, guys. We're back, guys. We're back. Let me go through the chats there and see what you guys are saying, just so that we can continue with the session. I see Kolani up here, guys. 3.0 guys are meeting up here in the live. What's good, guys? I see Ndanda saying morning chasers, chasing dreams. We're chasing a reality, man. It's no longer a dream for us, man. Let me see what's going on with these headsets. It's no longer a dream, man. We're chasing a reality, man. We're chasing some reality. It's just out of reach, but we're chasing it. See, Perseverance is saying they're morning chasers. Does for index? No. So I think the only broker that does allow you to trade the volatility index and as well as these other synthetic indices is Deriv. So yeah, just search deriv.com and then you should be able to find and use that broker to trade synthetic indices. Yeah. So I see Java's the disciple is saying interesting, 100% there. See, buy Nasdaq and hold for the next 5 hours. Okay. I see the fam there, Kopano there in the building. Kolani, you guys are meeting up here. I told you, once you're in the family, you create a network that it'll never leave you. I also appreciate a lot of the relationship with you guys. It's just been amazing. I've met a lot of amazing people, guys. I see. Let's check Euro USD, please. Okay, we will do that if we do have some time after we've gone through what we needed to get through. I see Tanda saying powerful stuff already. Check Nasdaq there. Same thing here, Euro USD and GBP USD. Okay, we'll check those if we do have time after the session. Ngobi is saying, how can I join the Discord group? So for you to be able to join the... Let me just extend these things just a little bit there. Let me just extend that. So for you to be able to join the Discord server, these headsets are absolutely messing with me now. Okay, is it adjusted right? Cool. Okay, I just had to wait there. I saw the network was messing with us, but otherwise, while I'm here, I just do see CHFJPY. Yo, that's a difficult name. What are the factors affecting currency opinion? Oh, currency option prices. If you're talking about options are complicated. I see Ntanda saying, can we have a look at Nasdaq along with the DXY correlation? I'm not sure how correlated Nasdaq is to the DXY. I'm not 100% sure. I looked into it and actively had experiential knowledge of some sort of correlation or whatever. So I wouldn't be able to say. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you should. Otherwise, let's get into our pair. So on AU, from a daily, basically we've got this resistance area up here. We can basically see momentum pushing to the downside, violating some levels of structure, and then afterwards we've seen prices entering some sort of an ascending structure. Allow us to draw some sort of a resistance trend line. Two lows allow us to draw a support trend line. We've got that going for ourselves. And then obviously just looking at the most recent 4-hour structure within this nice beautiful ascending structure here, you guys can see that we're at the third touch right now and we're being corrective around this third touch region, because we can clearly see price action breaking, closing above this resistance, breaking back below, closing below. So price action giving us some corrective nature over there. So obviously we understand what environment we're trading, which direction we will be sell bias, holding a sell bias. What we're going to be doing is obviously just waiting for price action to now come to a point of interest and then obviously give us some entry criteria. So the only point of interest that I do have right now is me looking at these highs. So this resistance area up there, this daily resistance, and as well as this minor 4-hour resistance up there. I do have some highs. So obviously if price action does choose to violate this resistance, I will be looking for reversal structures up top. If I do not wait for the momentum to push price action back below this previous resistance area that we were focusing on right now, or in that time it's going to be before. So obviously we wait for price action to break back below this level of resistance and we wait for that corrective retest of structure, and then this obviously will function as our reduced risk entry. So that's the setup that we're looking for. We're looking for some sell bias price action because of the higher time frame narrative. It makes more sense for me to look for some sell bias price action. All we're waiting for is just for price action to come to this point of interest, and when we're here, we're looking for sell bias setups. So that would be our head and shoulders, our double tops, our ascending structures, any structure or setup that gives you a reason to sell. That's what we'll be looking for when price enters our point of interest. So let's go on to the next pair since we're done with this nice sell bias. New Zealand dollar CAD. Let's get into some New Zealand dollar CAD. There we go, we've loaded. So this is the most exciting pair for me, guys. This make this my wallpaper. I just love this setup. There's no words that can describe how I feel about this setup, but I'm not gonna make how I feel interrupt the analysis or the logic that goes behind it. Yes, I do feel a certain way, but obviously we're trading objectively what we see on the charts by the rules that we've established for ourselves. So looking at the higher time frame structure, on a daily we've got this nice resistance trend line up there, obviously taking into account our extreme resistance. We've got this nice support trend line over here, taking into account some extreme support. We can see that after we've got this first touch, second touch, price action has violated this support structure, this support trend line, and broken back above. We can also see that if we just look at horizontal structure, support and resistance, we've got price action coming in from these highs, giving us nice lows over here, coming up resistance, new lower lows. So we've got this nice support structure there that price action has broken below, broken back above, and on a higher time frame we still yet to retest this area. Now obviously clear enough and obvious to everyone, what are we going to see? What structure will we see when we retest this previous area as support that we violated below and broken back above? We'll get a bit, we can't slide to the left, but otherwise with some momentum as well to the upside, which can give us some nice momentum and a reason to buy from this area, obviously for that upside, to complete at least this inverse head and shoulders. Even if we don't complete the overall descending structure, whatever the case is, at least this inverse head and shoulders gives us some awesome bullish bias trading opportunities here. So coming into this price action, let me just remove all of this, all of the drawings, just so that it doesn't confuse us when we drop down on the 4 hour. I thought we were on the daily. Otherwise, to look at the 4 hour, we obviously just zoom into the point where we can see the individual candlesticks. Like I always tell you guys, if you're ever looking at a chart and you cannot see the individual candlesticks, then it means that you're looking at a time frame. The structures that you will see are the same as looking at a time frame, just one above the current time frame you're looking at. And then obviously once you can see the individual candlesticks, like in this case here, then you are looking at structure on the time frame that you're currently on. 4 hour right now, 4 hour, we can see that we've got some momentum from this area over here. This momentum was able to violate those previous resistance areas as there, and as well as these resistance areas here from a 4 hourly perspective. So we understand that some momentum came in from here. Where did that momentum come in? From this nice, sexy, beautiful bullish engulfing candles. So we have some beautiful probabilities in this area here, obviously for our bullish bias trading opportunities. Now coming to what we see here, after we see momentum, we can obviously see corrective nature in price action. We have these lower structures here, price action breaking below, breaking back above, so giving us some nice corrective price action over there. So obviously on the chart is we've got a nice beautiful lower structure, and we've got a point of interest just below our, tells us that we can look for our reversal structures. If ever price action violates this low, we then start to look for reversal structures that indicate that we can look for or find a risk entry inside of this point of interest. This is a beautiful area for us to buy, and the fact that we're giving a nice 3-touch structure here means that price action can fake some buyers, pump some buyers into this market at this 3rd touch, only to then violate and then only tap into this point of interest just to generate a little bit more liquidity in this market, a little bit more momentum, or a little bit more size on the bullish side of things to prepare for maybe that next impulse. Bullish momentum, being able to violate structure. And obviously if we just look at our general trends, downtrend is lower lows, lower highs consistently, and once we see a violation of a resistance area in a downtrend, we can then expect that this downtrend has now weakened, maybe even particularly we see that violation of a lower high, we expect thereafter to see market forming a higher low. So we're not expecting price action to violate a lower structure just before that the new higher high that obviously violated the previous lower high. So obviously same thing in this case, since we've got these lower high structures over here and price action has given us a new higher high, we're expecting a higher low. We're not expecting price action to come back down and violate these lower structures. So we've also got a nice impulsive phase here, corrective phase here. Obviously why my heart is jumping for this setup here. I'm very excited. let's just let's just exercise patience and see how the setup plays out. Let's just see how the setup plays out. But I love this setup. This is those picture perfect setups that I always take. This is one of those. This looks like one of those. But otherwise, we can also, like I was saying, that this is obviously our risk entry area, and then if we don't manage to find any reversals there, the retest of this structure before we find that continuation out of this overall structure. So we're going to be extremely bullish on New Zealand dollar CAD. I'm not looking to sell, even though maybe yes, we are expecting prices to come down into this point of interest. I'm not going to be looking to trade in a direction that I see the corrective price action going in. So obviously if price action is correcting down and I see momentum pushing to the upside, that means that if I sell from this resistance to the support, I'm going to be involved in this trade a lot longer than I would be involved in the trade in the direction of the momentum. So that's also one thing that I want to do. I want to trade in the direction of the momentum, just so that I'm able to manage my trade better, to scale in if we do get good entries on this pair, all that nice good stuff, because my job is to, number one, preserve capital. I trade at areas obviously where I see my probabilities aligning, and then number two, my next job is to make money from that risk that I've taken after I'm trying. Obviously I'm taking risk in a sense of, the reason why I'm taking this risk is I'm taking this my capital, and to protect my capital, once I've taken that risk, the next part of my job is to then try and make as much from the market as I can from that risk that I've taken. And for me to trade these next impulsive phases allows me to do that, because which means my trade can run if the momentum that was previously in the market does come back into the market. That means that my trade can run. That means that I can find continuation structures along the way, since I'm involved in an impulsive phase, meaning that I can scale into those positions. Okay, says reconnection.